What is up, guys? Ignore the shop. It's kind of a mess right now. I've been doing a bunch of stuff. But today's video is going to be on pretty much whether or not in this year or upcoming years if a G8 GT or GXP is worth it to buy. So the only thing, I've owned this car for 9 years now. And the only thing negative that I can say about the car, honestly, I don't even know if there really is anything negative I can say now that I think about it. The car is just, I don't know how to break it down. So the easiest way of explaining this, the car is probably the one of the most well-rounded GM cars I think that GM/Holden kind of provided. 4 doors, so it's perfect for, if you got a family, whatever the case may be. LS, 6L80, you can't really go wrong with neither one of those. The only thing that sucks, so the first, I think 3 years of ownership, maybe 2 years of me owning this car, I didn't have the DOD deleted. I didn't even have the car tuned. It was just as stock can get. I think I had a pair of wheels on it, and that was it. Went to Texas, had the car, well, not really had, did the DOD delete in it when I was in Texas. Turned around and I put H&R springs, lowering springs, and PPV struts on it. Honestly, the struts and the springs were fine. I just wanted a little bit lower, cleaner look to it. And I mean, it's perfect right where I have it, I think. The only problems in terms of maintenance, I guess, that I've had so far, I guess 9 years is a long time, but I've had to replace one alternator, one water pump, actually 2 water pumps, the rack, steering rack, and the carrier bearing. I'm trying to think what else. Other than minor stuff like wheat tires or whatever the case may be. I mean, I think that's pretty much it in terms of maintenance goes. Yeah, carrier bearing, steering rack, and 2 water pumps and an alternator. Alternator was a little bit of a pain. Did that in Germany on jack stands. Got that done. Then turned around. Actually in Texas. So Texas, I had the steering rack replaced. I did it once again, pain in the ass. I would drive left or right. I don't know if I still have a video of it anymore, but you would drive left and then it would almost skip like on your steering wheel like 25 degrees. So you'd turn and it would be all dead space. So I tried to figure it out, and then it started happening pretty soon after I had the springs and the struts put onto the car. So I thought maybe I did something wrong with clocking or something along those lines, but it was just dead space on a steering rack. So replaced that fixed it, and then yeah, I mean that's pretty much the gist of it. Alternator, yeah, you're gonna have those. Heat usually I think is a big no-go on those. And the alternator is on this side towards the back. Drop down. Drop down. So it was a pretty easy replace. You do get these little gaskets like right here. This isn't a gasket, but it's a trim piece. They start to wear away. I'm going to consider this a consumable, and it's actually metal. So I thought about powder coating this myself. I replaced these because these were all weather checked and just grimy. These were like, I don't know how much they are now, but I think I paid like $30 maybe for them. Trying to think what else. Yeah, no, I mean parts for these cars are pretty cheap too. I mean, they're interchangeable with Camaros, everything like that. Now that I think about it, there's one more big problem. I'm sorry, the car is completely dirty. So the headliners in these cars just drop. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the adhesive they used or what, but they just drop. Mine didn't happen until last year when the car was sitting outside. There was some moisture in it, and it just dropped all the way. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy, pretty cheap, I think, for the most part. I was going to have it done in Alcantara just to be done with it. Let me think here. What else do we got? You know, obviously your interior is kind of dated. Car's from 2009, so I don't even know how old that is. 15 years old now, which is actually wild to think of. You know, you've got not very firm or not very comfy seats. They're pretty firm. I'm also 170 pounds, so I don't have much weight in the seats compared to what most people do, so maybe that's why. I actually like the dash a lot. I replaced the radio in Arizona. That way it was just a little bit updated, and I have Apple CarPlay and whatnot. You know, you got your back seat. Obviously, you know, a little dirty. But no, I would say that this car, you know, what did I say, 15 years later, is still a viable family car and or, in this instance, semi-race car. I don't have any issues with it. I like it a lot. They're just really stout cars. I mean, 9 years, the car's been to Prague, it's been to Italy, it's been to Belgium, it's been to Germany, it's been on the Autobahn, it's been on the Nürburgring Ring, it's been in the United Kingdom, it was made in Australia, you know, I mean, this car has been coast to coast twice now. It's never had an issue while I'm driving it, knock on wood. You just got to basically stay on top of, you know, your maintenance. The transmission, I haven't had any issues with. Engine, I didn't have any issues with that I can think of, just besides, you know, water pump. LSs are pretty known. I think LS3s and these and like a couple other ones that run a different style pump, they are pretty prone to just having pumps go bad, but you can get some cheap ones off Rock Auto, you know, like at Gates or whatever. But yeah, I mean, this car has been coast to coast with me several times. It's been LSA'd. It was the NA LSA'd, and then now it's turbo. And I went from, you know, probably making 450 horse to 724 horse to now 1,236 horse. So, you know, you got a huge gap in horsepower ranges, and still retain AC, still have heat, still have everything. I mean, I drive this car coast to coast right now, zero issues. I wouldn't even bat an eye. It's just all around, like I said, a pretty good car. Fuel mileage, I haven't been stock for a long time, so stock, I have no idea. This car, I mean, my configuration right now really doesn't do too bad. I don't really understand people where they get like a V8 and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be paying a bunch in gas and blah blah blah. I honestly just pay it and go. If you want the car, you're gonna have gas, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part. I'm trying to think what else I can maybe tell you about the car. This one's a 2009 6L80 still. It's a forged block, forged everything, turboed. Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, there's no gripes for me. No issues. I would say it's worth it buying one. This, you know, this time frame. You just gotta shop around, you know. There's a lot of ones that are getting swung or whatever you want to call it out in California and all those places that where people are just tearing the piss out of them, treating them like dogs. So you want to make sure that you're getting one that's actually semi taken care of. That way you're not, I mean, wasting your money. It'd be kind of stupid to turn around and do some stuff like that and then buy it and then expect it to be a nice car, you know. Like I said, I bought mine 9 years ago. I know the previous owner, he lives where I live right now. He lives probably an hour away from me. And I've only put 40,000, 50,000 miles in the car, if that. So, but yeah, you just gotta know the right people, see the right price. I mean, I paid like 14,000 for this car back 9 years ago, and I think it's, without the turbo and everything else like that on it, it's definitely worth probably 16, maybe 17. So yeah, I mean, you know, the prices will vary all over the place. You'll get that, but you just got to shop around, find something that you like, and then kind of go from there. No gripes, no complaints from me. Just, it's my favorite car. You know, I grew up with this car, and from the time I was 18 years old, so now, I mean, I'm 27, so it's been a long time. I've had a lot of memories, been to a lot of places with it, more countries than people have been to in their lifetime. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say it's a yes. I think you should buy it. So if you guys need any information, any help, I mean, I can steer you in the right direction. I pretty much know everything about this car now. I can tell you what you could do to replace something, or, you know, where you can get an OEM part, or how you can source something from Australia. I mean, I pretty much know all of that. So if you guys need help with any of that, give me a heads up. If you want, you know, some insight on whether or not you should buy a certain car, or blah, 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 yeah, just hit me up in the comments. I'm usually pretty good about answering them. So, all right, guys, appreciate it.
I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Look, straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city.